Ladies and gentlemen, the grand exit, the one they never saw. Coming the plot twist that sent their carefully crafted narrative crumbling into chaos. You the one they thought they had figured out, flipped the script in a way that left them stumbling at the precipice of everything they thought they understood. And what's worse, they had no idea it was their last opportunity to prove they cared. They thought time would always be on their side. They believed there would always be another moment, another day, another chance to right the wrongs, to make amends. But no, time is not so forgiving. Time is a ruthless dealer who does not show mercy. They were blinded by their own complacency, their own assumptions that the world would wait for them to find their way back. But when that moment came, when the clock struck its final beat and the door slammed shut, they were left standing there with nothing but the echoes of their own indifference. They didn't see it. They didn't hear it. They didn't even feel it coming. The opportunity that slipped through their fingers like sand, the moment they should have seized with everything they had, was the very one they allowed to pass them by. And the worst part of it, they didn't even realize it was happening until it was too late. They were too busy being comfortable, too busy thinking there would always be more time, more chances, more opportunities. But no, that's not how life works. And that's not how regret works. Regret is a silent beast that creeps up on you when you least expect it. It waits until you're deep in the comfort of your own delusions before it sinks its teeth into your soul and reminds you of everything you could have done, should have done, but didn't. This is the truth. This is the cruel reality they lived and died in. They didn't know that their last opportunity to prove they cared was slipping away with every moment they chose to ignore it. They thought they had forever. They thought they had time to wait, to delay, to push things off for another day. They believed they had forever to fix the broken pieces of what they'd neglected. They didn't understand that sometimes the window of opportunity doesn't stay open forever. Sometimes it slams shut before you even have a chance to blink. And when it does, there's nothing left but the haunting echoes of what could have been. There's no way to get it back. There's no way to rewind the clock and fix what was broken. There's only the bitter taste of regret that lingers in your mouth when you realize just how much you let slip away. But you were different. You saw it for what it was. You saw the moments as they passed by, and instead of letting them slip through your fingers, you grabbed them with both hands. You didn't wait for tomorrow because you understood that tomorrow isn't promised. You didn't wait for someone else to act or for the universe to hand you a sign. You knew that if you wanted something to change, if you wanted to prove you cared, you had to do it right then and there. You didn't hesitate. You didn't second-guess yourself. You didn't allow the poison of complacency to seep into your veins and paralyze you into inaction. No, you acted. You seized the opportunity when it was there, and you didn't wait for permission. And that's why you stand apart from them. That's why you're different. You understood that the world doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't owe you second chances. It doesn't owe you redemption. If you want it, you have to take it. You have to claw your way to the top and never stop, never hesitate, never falter. Because if you do, you might find that the ground beneath you is already crumbling. You might find that the door is already closed, the window already shut. The moment has passed, and all that's left is the gnawing pain of what could have been. They had no idea, did they? They had no idea that their last chance was slipping through their fingers. They thought there would always be more time to prove they cared. They thought the world would wait for them to get their act together, to put their egos aside, to rise above their petty grievances and show up when it mattered most. But the truth is, the world doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't care how sorry you are. or how much you wish you had done things differently. It moves on without hesitation, without pause, and leaves you behind in its wake. And so they found themselves standing there empty-handed, staring into the void of their own regret. They looked back at the moments they should have acted and saw only the void, the silence, the absence of what might have been. They realized too late that they had wasted their chance, that they had been too wrapped up in their own nonsense to see the opportunities that were laid out before them. And as they stood there, staring into the abyss, they realized that the cost of their complacency was far higher than they ever could have imagined. It wasn't just a missed opportunity. It wasn't just a fleeting moment that could be brushed aside. No, this was something far deeper. This was the cost of living in a world of half-hearted gestures, of empty words, of promises that were never fulfilled. This was the cost of believing that they could always do better tomorrow, that they could always change, always fix things, always prove they cared. Someday. But someday never came. Someday was a lie. And now they had to face the consequences of their inaction. The truth is, they failed because they never understood what it meant to truly care. They never understood the weight of their words or the power of their actions. Caring isn't just a feeling, it's a commitment, it's a choice. It's something you show, not just say. And they never showed it. They never put in the work. They never made the effort. They thought that love, that care, that connection would just happen on its own. But that's not how the world works. That's not how relationships work. That's not how life works. Life is a game of constant opportunity and constant decision. Every moment is a chance to prove who you are, to prove what you care about, to prove what matters. Every choice you make shapes your reality. Every action you take defines your character. And they missed it. They missed their chance to show the world that they cared. And they missed their chance to show the people around them that they were worth it. And now they're left with nothing but the ashes of their own failure. So don't let the same fate befall you. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you have more time. Don't let the moments pass you by because you think you can always do better tomorrow. Don't wait for another day, another chance, another opportunity to show the world who you really are. You have the power right now to make a difference. You have the power to act, to speak, to show the people around you that you care. Don't let that power slip away, because once it's gone forever. There's no getting it back. And when the opportunity's gone, all that's left is regret. All that's left is the haunting realization that you could have done more, but you didn't. So, take a moment to reflect. Take a moment to think about what really matters to you, about the people who matter to you, about the opportunities you've let slip by. Take a moment to decide who you want to be, what you want to stand for, and how you want to prove that you care. And then, take action. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't let the moment slip away like it did for them, because you never know when it might be your last opportunity to prove you care. And when that moment comes, you'll want to know that you gave everything you had, that you left nothing behind, that you didn't let the moment slip by unnoticed. The grand exit will come for everyone, whether they see it coming or not. Don't let it come for you when it's too late. Don't let your last opportunity to prove you cared slip away without a fight. You have the power to change your story. Don't waste it. Don't waste the gift of time. Don't waste the fleeting moments you have. Don't waste the opportunities that knock on your door, waiting for you to act, to make a choice. Don't waste your power to change your reality, to shape your future, to craft your legacy. Every moment, every breath you take is an opportunity to prove who you are, what you stand for, and how much you truly care. And yet, so many people spend their lives thinking that there will always be more time, always more opportunities to fix the wrongs, to make the necessary changes, to show up and be the person they were meant to be. But I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Time does not wait. Time is a thief, and it is constantly moving forward. While you sit, stagnant, thinking there will be another day, another chance, time marches on, dragging your missed opportunities along with it. And soon, you'll find yourself in the exact same place as those who thought they had forever, only to realize too late that the chance to prove they cared, to prove they mattered, has already slipped away. The truth is, every single day is a battleground. Every moment, a test. Every breath, a countdown. And if you waste that time, if you let the moment pass without action, without passion, without purpose, then you are nothing more than a passive observer in your own life. You might tell yourself that you'll get to it tomorrow, that you'll make the change, that you'll show up when it counts. But let me tell you something. Tomorrow doesn't exist. Tomorrow is just a figment of your imagination, a construct you use to delay the inevitable truth that today is the only day you have. If you don't act today, if you don't show up today, if you don't prove yourself today, then tomorrow will come and find you just as you are, stuck in the same place, with the same regrets and the same empty promises. When people are faced with the truth of their own mortality, when they are standing on the edge of everything they've ever known, when the finality of the situation stares them directly in the face, that's when they truly understand. But by then, it's too late. There are no more chances. There are no more opportunities to prove anything. The chance to prove you care is gone, and you cannot bring it back. You want to know what the greatest tragedy is? It's not death. It's not the end of things. The greatest tragedy is living a life full of regrets, a life filled with moments you could have seized, but didn't. It's the pain of knowing that you could have been more, that you could have been better, but you never tried. You never showed up. You never took the chance. You waited, and you waited, and you waited for something that was never coming. And when it finally arrived, when it finally knocked on your door, it found you unprepared, unwilling to take the leap, unwilling to prove that you cared. This is the tragedy of so many lives. They wait for the right time. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for some external force to give them the push they need. But the truth is, the right time is now. The perfect moment is right in front of you. The only force you need is the fire inside you that refuses to accept the status quo. The fire that drives you to get up, to act, to make a difference. You don't need to wait for a sign. The sign is already here. It's the voice inside you that's been telling you to act, to change, to do something different. And if you keep ignoring it, if you keep putting it off, one day you'll wake up and realize that you spent your life waiting for something that never came. Time doesn't wait. Time moves forward. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your comfort. It doesn't care about the dreams you keep putting off. Time just keeps moving, relentlessly, mercilessly, without pause. And every moment you waste, every moment you hesitate, is another moment you will never get back. And when you're standing at the end of it all, looking back at the life you could have lived, the things you could have done, the people you could have cared for, you'll realize that the pain of that realization will be far worse than any mistake you ever made. There's nothing more powerful than a person who decides to take control of their life, to stop waiting for permission, to stop waiting for the right circumstances, and to start living on their terms, to prove to themselves and to the world that they are capable of greatness. But that greatness doesn't come by waiting for things to align. It doesn't come by hoping for a miracle. It comes by action. It comes by stepping forward when the rest of the world steps back. It comes by doing the hard things when everyone else is content with the easy route. It comes by showing up every single day and proving that you care, that you are committed, that you are willing to fight for what you believe in. And make no mistake, proving you care isn't easy. It's not about posting a few words on social media or saying the right things when it suits you. It's about your actions. It's about how you treat people when they don't expect it. It's about how you rise to the occasion when no one is watching. It's about being there when it matters, not just when it's convenient for you. It's about showing up when you don't feel like it. It's about making the tough decisions even when you're scared. It's about making the hard choices, even when it means sacrificing something you want for something greater. That is how you prove you care. And yet, so many fail to do this. So many people live their lives on the surface, given just enough to get by, given just enough to make themselves feel good. But deep down, they know. They know that they're not doing enough. They know that they're not giving their all. They know that they're not proving that they care the way they should. And they wait. They wait for the right moment. They wait for the perfect conditions. They wait for someone to tell them what to do. But the truth is, there is no right moment. There is no perfect time. There is only now. And if you don't act now, if you don't step up now, if you don't prove that you care now, you might find that it's already too late. So stop waiting. Stop thinking you have forever. Stop believing that you can always fix things later. The truth is, later might never come. Later might be an illusion. And if you waste the time you have now, you will never get it back. The clock is ticking. The moments are passing. And the opportunity to prove that you care, to show up and be the person you were meant to be, is slipping away. Don't let it pass you by. Take action. Step forward. Prove that you care with everything you have. Don't leave anything on the table. When the moment comes, don't be the one standing there, empty-handed, with nothing to show for the life you lived. The opportunity to prove you care is now. You may not get another chance. You may not get another shot at this. So make it count. Show the world who you are. Show the people around you that you are worth their time, their love, their trust. Show them that you are willing to fight for them, that you are willing to fight for what matters. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't let the moment slip by. Prove that you care while you still have the chance. Because once that opportunity is gone, it's gone forever. And when you stand at the end of your days, you will know. You will know that you lived a life full of purpose, full of action, full of love. You will know that you didn't waste a single moment, a single opportunity, a single chance to prove who you truly are. And that, my friends, is a life worth living. But there is something deeper, something more urgent and raw, lurking beneath this simple phrase. It's not just about living, but about living with purpose. It's not just about existing, but about being fully present, fully aware, fully engaged in the reality you've created for yourself. Every second matters. Every decision counts. Every action reverberates through the corridors of your life, shaping not just your future, but the futures of those around you. And the scariest thing, the thing that should keep you up at night, is that so many people live their entire lives without realizing the immense responsibility they hold in their own hands. They live as though time is infinite, as if they can afford to waste it without consequence. But the truth is, time doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't pause for you to get your act together, and it doesn't spare you just because you're trying to catch up. It doesn't care how many apologies you make or how many times you say next time. Time is relentless. It moves forward, and with each passing moment, the opportunity to prove that you care slips further into the past. There are no guarantees, no do-overs, no rewind buttons that can bring back the chance you missed yesterday. Once that moment is gone, it's gone for good. It's as if you're playing a game, and every time you fail to take the shot, you lose a piece of yourself. You lose an opportunity to prove that you mattered, that you didn't let life pass you by without leaving a mark on it. And what are you leaving behind? What is it that you want to be remembered for? Will it be that you lived with intention, or that you allowed your fears, your doubts, and your laziness to dictate the way you spent your time? Will it be that you cared, truly cared, about the people around you, about the things that mattered, or that you stood on the sidelines of your own life, waiting for someone else to take the reins? That's the most tragic fate of all. To stand on the edge of your life, knowing you've wasted it, knowing you've allowed yourself to drift through it without purpose, without direction, without showing anyone what you were truly capable of. The difference between those who leave a legacy and those who fade into obscurity is not luck. It's not circumstance. It's not chance. It's the choices they make, the decisions they take, the steps they choose to take, and the actions they put into motion. The ones who leave something behind, who make an impact, are the ones who understand the truth of their own mortality, the ones who see the passing moments as opportunities to prove something, to create something that will outlive them. They don't waste their time, not because they're perfect, not because they're always sure of the right choice, but because they act. They move forward with conviction, even if they don't know every step of the way. They don't hesitate, and they certainly don't waste their precious moments wondering whether it's too late. They live, they fight, they create, they build, and they love. And most importantly, they care. They care deeply, truly, passionately, and they show it. They prove it in every action, in every word, in every choice. But the majority of people, they remain passive. They wait for some mythical moment where everything aligns perfectly. They wait for someone else to act, someone else to take the lead, someone else to tell them what to do. They wait for permission. They wait for a sign. They wait for the circumstances to change, to feel right. And in doing so, they miss the one thing that truly matters: the opportunity to act right now. They let fear take control. They let doubt paralyze them. They let themselves believe that there is always time to make things right tomorrow. And that, my friends, is where the tragedy lies. How many times have you found yourself in this cycle? How many times have you told yourself that tomorrow will be better, or I'll make things right when I'm ready? How many times have you procrastinated, pushing the important things, the crucial things, to the back of your mind because you were busy, because you were too comfortable in your routine, in your state of waiting for something that never came? Every time you did that, every time you allowed yourself to delay what you knew needed to be done, you didn't just waste time. You wasted your opportunity to prove that you cared. You wasted the chance to show the world that you were willing to fight for what mattered. You wasted the chance to prove to those who matter most that you are present, that you're not just drifting through life, but actively engaging in it, taking ownership of it. And when the moment passed, when the chance was gone, all that was left was regret. A deep, gnawing regret that festers and grows, slowly eating away at your soul, reminding you of what you could have done, what you should have done, if only you had acted. So, I ask you, what are you waiting for? Why are you still standing there, frozen, watching time slip away? What is so important that you can't move now? What fear, what doubt, what excuse is holding you back from proving that you care? I'm not talking about big gestures, not talking about grand declarations or huge acts of heroism. No, I'm talking about the small moments, the quiet choices you make every single day, the way you show up for the people you love, the way you choose to live with integrity, with purpose, and with love. I'm talking about the moments when you could choose to be passive, to do nothing, to ignore the things that matter, but instead, you decide to act. You decide to be present. You decide to care enough to put your best foot forward, to give your all, to leave no stone unturned in your pursuit of making this world, your world, a better place. Because that's what it comes down to. The difference between a life wasted and a life well lived is your ability to care. To care about yourself, to care about your future, to care about the people who depend on you, to care about the impact you have on this world, whether that impact is on a global scale or in the quiet moments of your everyday interactions. The difference is in your ability to show up, not just in the easy moments, but in the tough ones. The moments when it's hard, when you don't feel like it, when it's uncomfortable. When you act, when you decide to push past the resistance, that's when you prove that you care. That's when you demonstrate to the world that you are not someone who just goes through the motions. You are someone who is present. You are someone who recognizes that the clock is ticking, and you are someone who will not waste another moment of it. And so, I challenge you to take control of your life right now. Don't wait. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for things to align. Take a step, no matter how small, toward becoming the person you want to be. Show the people around you that you care. Prove to them, and most importantly to yourself, that you are willing to fight for the things that matter. Because when it's all said and done, when your time has run out and you're looking back on your life, the thing that will bring you peace is not that you lived safely, not that you played it small, but that you lived with purpose, that you didn't waste a single moment, that you gave everything you had to the things that mattered most. There are no do-overs. There is no second chance. There is only now. This is your time. This is your moment. Don't waste it. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't let the opportunity to prove that you care slip away. Take action now. And when you look back, know that you lived a life that mattered, a life worth living. In the end, it all comes down to one simple truth. Time is precious, and every moment you waste is an opportunity lost. You have the power to shape your life, to prove you care, and to leave a legacy that matters. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Act now. Live with purpose. Show up. Fight for what you believe in. And when your time is up, let it be said that you lived fully, with no regrets, giving everything you had to make a difference. Don't waste it.